When you're lucky enough to have Lieutenant Falcon for a guide, you have nothing to fear but Falcon himself.
Don't try spooking me, Falcon. I'm scared enough as it is.
Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about Super 7 at Joefest Ultimates, or I hate to say it, but sadly, probably the last of the Ultimates. And it's not my fault. It's not the fans' fault. Sadly, it's Brian's fault. But we're going to get into talking about all of this. But my favorite part is the O-ring stuff that they are showing. And I have mixed feelings and emotions, but I love this. I mean, you can have mixed feelings, you can have mixed emotions, you can still love something that has brought you pain in the past. But Super 7 is doing some weird stuff. It's like, surprise, it's here right now. And I got a story to tell about some of this stuff that happened to me on a giant, weird roller coaster coming up. Alright, so I'm going to start with the Ultimate stuff. Now, I heard in the past that Brian was talking about there's 2 figures coming this summer. And I had no idea what they were. I was thinking a real Snake Eyes. I was thinking, maybe you just give us some more big hitters, because I'll get into why I even collect the Ultimates. I don't want 503 Ultimate figures. I actually just want about 50. The top 50 figures, and they were nailing every single one. But this is a repaint. It's just even a lazy repaint. To do a Python Patrol Destro, the box art packaging looks great. They always do that. That's fantastic. $65 for a figure that's already got the tooling paid for. Maybe they're only, instead of 10,000, they're making 2,000. I don't know. But I am out on this. Absolutely out on this. And, Brian's probably going to blame the shills. Didn't shill hard enough. I'm shilling as hard as I can to make this video on Saturday. But here's the thing. I don't want this. The Super 7 Ultimates has been giving us precisely exactly what you want and need in the first go-around with Cobra Commander, Duke, and all. I don't need another Duke. I don't need another Destro. I don't need another anything. They've all been perfect. And then now it's like, well, buy this third Destro, or don't. The line's going to die, and then the fans are going to be blamed. I know that's what's going to happen. I know they're going to blame the fans. Or Brian's going to blame the fans. And I think Brian's a cool dude. I would love to hang out with him. He's a cool dude, fun dude. We don't agree at all in politics and freedom and all that kind of stuff. We don't believe at all. We don't align at all in that. But still, that doesn't matter. I think he's a cool dude and fun to talk to. But this is terrible that you're not going to give us the Snake Eyes in black. You're not going to give us new characters that we really want and need. Where's Bazooka? Where's Alpine? Where's, more of the beloved characters? And yet we're getting Destro for a third time. Then we get into Flint. Now, they haven't done another Flint. Yeah, Tiger Force and all that kind of stuff. Here's the thing. G.I. Joe Classified has already done this. Tiger Force and Python Patrol figures have been found for $5, $7, $8, $9 at Ross, Ollie's, and even on clearance at the Targets. And you have a proven track record. Literally, it's been written out for you going down this path with this scale, or, instead of being 6 inches, 7 inches. So I would call this, instead of 1/12, 1/10. It's closer to 1/10, 1/11, 1/11.5. But still, it's one of these weird things. Like, it looks great. It's fun. I'd love to have this. This should have been something they did. Hey, let's put these out $35 deluxe figures. $65. You already have the molds. It's ridiculous. But, whatever. I'm out. The largest shill for Super 7 in the world isn't buying this. And I think it's already made. But now we're going to get into this. So I have a story for myself, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to save it for a specific figure that's only available at Entertainment Earth, but it's not listed as an exclusive, or nobody knows it's an exclusive, or I've yet to find anybody with an interview with Brian at this Joefest. But Joefest has shown us a lot of stuff. Now we've got these 3 figures of the next G.I. Joe Plus, O-Ring Plus figures, the Reaction. And they're great. I don't have a problem with any of them. In fact, even the lack of accessories don't really bother me. Now, I want to talk about the Royal Guard, Cobra-La, Royal Guard. This is one of those things where a lot of people kind of hate the Royal Guard. They hate everything with the movie. And I love the movie. In fact, this is a nice stopping point to explain why I like the movie. Now, my mom was always looking to save money, so we cut cable like every other month. I did not know if we had cable this month or not. And so my room, and I had a TV, and it was just antennas. You know, the Bundys and the Fox viewing station. I wasn't allowed to watch this show back in the day, but it mirrored us financially my whole life. Like, we're broke and trying to figure out how to save $12 for the month and no cable for the whole month. And so with that, I missed a lot of the shows. The Transformers, the Deke, G.I. Joe, and I could go to my rich aunt who's so rich she could have cable and eventually watch some of this stuff. But I missed most of the Deke era. But I have to say this, I did get to watch G.I. Joe the movie, and I loved it. Most people hate Deke. I don't really have that experience because I didn't have anything past Dragonfire. Alright, so explaining why I actually love the G.I. Joe movie. It has a lot of great memories. It was the last of G.I. Joe for me because I didn't see anything past that, even though I really tried hard too. And now with this, the Royal Guard looks like the cartoon, and the original Royal Guard itself was kind of goofy looking. It didn't really look all that great. And it starts to make me salivate for Nemesis Enforcer, Pythona, some of these other ones that we did not get. But you got to understand, like, Pythona is a $200 figure that was made with the club back in the day. And to get an O-Ring Pythona, an O-Ring in a lot of these, and then Big Lobs coming maybe. So much more potential, and this is great. I ordered 3 of this guy. 3 of him, and I might order more. I don't know. And I guess that's Cobra Commander in the back, Python Patrol. And I'm okay with $20 for a Python Patrol, not $65 for a Python Patrol. Flint looks like the show, and I have to say, if I can find the clip, well, I can. If I choose to spend the time to find the clip of Falcon, and there's nothing to fear. But Falcon himself, he looks good. It looks great. And this is exactly what this line is. Now, are you wanting to say, okay, well, I don't want to buy a $375 vintage Hasbro Falcon mint sealed on the card. I want it to look like the Hasbro one. That's not what this line is. In fact, this is giving you stuff you never got, or giving something that you had but you really wanted to look like the show, and that's where it's going. If you don't like that, then don't buy that. But I like that idea. I like the fact that, you know, people who have spent $1,000 plus for vintage figures carded are still going to have the vintage figures carded. Hasbro screwed the pooch on actually making a retro line with O-Ring, and they did a terrible job. I think Super 7 is doing it better, and they're doing it right, and they're not lying about it. But, again, everything's a surprise. Surprise! And I'm going to throw in the Jinx. This is the promo picture here. I guess there wasn't a better one at the Joefest from TNI News. Okay, shout out to JC at TNI News who got the pictures that I was using. I've got all kinds of different pictures. I am seriously excited about what's going on here. But the Jinx looks fine. People are going to complain, $20. And let me actually reiterate this. $19.99. We're not seeing the ridiculous tariff increase that everybody was been fearing or scared of. I pre-ordered these 3 we're talking about on BBTS, no problems at all. And then I went out and about, and I ran some errands, and I took my son to his girlfriend's and all that. Then I came back and had some problems. But this Jinx looks good, and you know, the only thing she's missing is a blindfold. I mean, who doesn't blindfold their female figures all the time? All right. In editing, I realized why that was a terrible thing to say, or to go down that route. Where is Jinx's blindfold anyway? Okay, so this figure here, I'm going to go on a tangent here. This is exactly what I wanted. I mean, precisely what I wanted. And I was so excited to see this. And I didn't know it was up for pre-order at Entertainment Earth. And but before we get into that, I want to tell you why I'm excited for this. Because when the classified version came up for order, I placed my order. I was there at the right time, did the right thing, and couldn't order it. And then, like, the next day or the day after or whatever, I was able to finally order it. But I had kind of decided to quit classified for the 7th time. And, you know, I did some soul searching and said, you know, classified is okay, and I still like it. Ultimates, I like it better, but what I like 1,000 times more than either one is the vintage. So I dropped 10 grand last year, right at, like, literally the day after this whole debacle went down. I started on this path, and I completed. I'm missing 4 figures to have all of the 503 figures, and every figure I'm missing is just a repaint. So to me, it's kind of like, it's unnecessary to get every repaint. I'm missing 4 repaints. No big deal. Eventually I'll get it, or I'll get a custom, or I'll get a black major or something, and it'll just satisfy my appetite. Or Super 7 will make it. So getting back into this, you know, this the Cold Slither stuff they're starting. I want the whole thing. Cold Slither in this. And I'm not even talking 1. I duplicate this. So everything that they make, I have at least 2, if not 3. Because when I like something or love something, I'm in on it that deep. And I'm the biggest Super 7 Ultimates shill. And I'm getting into shilling for this now, because this is what I want. I mean, I believe Brian and I are more similar than different, even though he disagrees with me 100% and said you can't review my stuff, but whatever. I won't review your stuff, Brian. But I still really do love the stuff that you are making. And I'm in love with this. It's awesome. And even though it only has 1 accessory, and the one that Hasbro made had like 6 or 7, it's still a great figure. Give me the rest of Cold Slither team. I'll buy them all in at least duplicate. Either I've bored the heck out of you, or you're on the edge of your seat to find out what happened to me when I came home. I had seen that JC had a live stream. I just made a video about live streams, and I told everybody the way I feel about them. I don't like sitting through an hour, so I'll let it run through its course. I'll run all my errands, and by the way, I did get the rest of... You'll never believe it. The Simpsons figures at Ross. I couldn't believe it. The current Simpsons figures are at Ross for $9. And I dropped my son off at his girlfriend's. I come home, and I want to order this. There's only 1 left on Entertainment Earth, and I guess it's an Entertainment Earth exclusive. They got the first 30 days. I don't know. Nobody really explains this. Nobody knows. Jay don't know. The news source doesn't even know. And so with that, I get the one in my cart, and I'm like, let me look around. I spend 1 minute to get the $79 for free shipping. It doesn't take long to get $79 worth of stuff in your cart. It was gone. All that was left was back order. So I was like, I back ordered 2 of these. I'm like, whatever. The rest of it. Guess what? It's shipping now. I was so mad that I missed it. And I was thinking, with Entertainment Earth, when you pre-order something, it could be 3 years. I'm almost at 4 years on something. And I'm like, I canceled it. I'm done with you on that item. BBTS will take care of me. But for this, it's shipping now. So it says back order. Order it with some other stuff. Get your $79. Get the free shipping. All that kind of stuff. And then it just shipped. It's like 7 hours later, but it says it's shipping now. So it's in stock, even though they listed it as back order, I think so that they don't sell out or they don't over sell it. They don't over promise it. But yeah, I mean, it was a roller coaster here. I love this figure. I'm really excited. So yeah, many people predicted this is the end of G.I. Joe Ultimates. And Brian was going to blame the fans. But this is not what they've done. They have not given us some sloppy repaint. And I'm going to call it that. But it's more of a lazy repaint. They've given us exactly what we want. We want 50 figures that are the main, most beloved figures, usually from, 1983 into about 1986. And the top of those 50 figures, that's what everybody wants. They'll pay the 55, even 65, but whatever. And I've got more to say in my news about Super 7 because their Silverhawks are showing up, and then other stuff's showing up, and it's 65. There's a lot of things to say. It's still a little bit of question mark to it. What do you think about all this that's going on? Are you excited for this? Am I wrong on anything? Blast me out. I'm okay. I mean, my ego won't take a hit. I just like to know what you think. Like, subscribe so I never hang her out.